keep it between you and me, but FM26 looks fine. So here we have it, our first look at FM26's matchday, a 72-second video. We see tricks, we see switches in play, we see tackles and saves, and we see goals. We also see stadium diversity. It's all very exciting. We finally have some news about FM26. It looks good. There are some lovely body movements, the knockdowns, the crumpling, the shaping of passes. These may be brief moments, but they all help to make it feel alive. It isn't perfect by any means. For example, the fidelity of the player models isn't great. Now, whilst this is actual in-game footage, this isn't the final product. I hope this is something they are looking to improve, but I don't expect a major step up in realism here. To me, player models are always likely to be generic. The sheer scale of FM means it's impossible to accurately model every single player they have the license for, let alone the entire database. That's something that EA haven't been able to do, despite having a much smaller database. That is arguably the most core part of their game. This would be so much worse in FM. Furthermore, it's a management game, designed to be viewed at a strategic level. Does my tactic work? Where is the space? Do I have favourable matchups? As much as I'd love to calculate John McGinn's beady-eyed stares per 90, it's not really what the game's about. So for me, it's not something I've ever wanted nor expected. I hope that players are less blurry than in this trailer. I would like to see more variety in the models, but otherwise it's not something I consider to be particularly important. I don't speak for everyone, however. Whilst I might think it's an unrealistic expectation, I appreciate that this is important to others. If so, I can understand why you might be disappointed with the trailer, and I fear you may always be disappointed in this regard. Now, I'm mindful of judging the match engine from these snippets. Frankly, it's too short to really ascertain anything. I don't know what happened before this to analyse why there's so much space. I am encouraged, however, by this, a haphazard Villa defensive line not in great position to defend the ball over the top. Upsettingly realistic. This is taken from the Steam page, which is now up and running. There's not much here. 5 pictures. A blurb that only really covers the information revealed in this trailer. I expect this will expand when each new snippet of information is dropped. You can wishlist the game, but there are no pre-orders. Make of that what you want. We do have system requirements. They look very similar to what was put up for FM25. The minimum requirements are for hardware that is about 15 years old. The recommended setup has hardware that is about 5 years old. It is clear that SI doesn't want to leave anyone behind. FM has always been a game that tries to be accessible, from a hardware perspective at least. The move to Unity doesn't change that. Of course, it is worth pointing out that the trailers will have been recorded on high-end PCs. At the lower end of the specs, settings will likely need to be lower, and the quality will likely to be lower. Some people will need to upgrade, and if that includes you, I heartily recommend waiting until the game is released. The ever-wonderful Nerdphonic will be running through tests with different machinery to help give an indicator as to how it will impact performance, and that will hopefully be a very useful resource. Overall, I'm excited. It looks good. But it is just a 1-minute advert for a singular facet of the game. Without context, tactical systems, squad management, transfers and so on, it means absolutely nothing. It is neither the greatest thing ever, nor an absolute abomination. What it is an amuse-bouche, a crab croquette, a mini vol au vent, a salmon blini, something to whet the appetite, ready for the main course. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like or maybe even subscribing. And if you want to support the channel further, you can join these wonderful folk currently adorning your screen, either as a YouTube member or patron. Links are in the description below, and I will see you next time.